Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, facing a job interview after a job loss can be a daunting experience. How do you prepare? How should you dress? These are all things that are swirling around in your mind. But worry not, we've got Thato and Alistair that are back with us in studio to tell us more to get prepared for this potential interview. So, Thato, I'm going to start with you because you have expertise in HR. What do you look for in a candidate when you are doing an interview, when you're in the interview process already?
Okay, so first impressions last forever, right?
First impressions last forever.
So it's about what time you arrive at the interview. So always be early, 15 minutes at least.
Time management,
Time management, yeah. Dress your best.
What does that mean, dress your best?
Yeah, so really look like a professional because you're going into an environment where you are meeting with professional people in a professional setting. So dress like you already have the job. And also research about the company so that when you're actually at the interview, you can ask the interviewer or the hiring manager some questions about the company because then it shows that you've obviously done your homework and it shows that you are interested in being part of that organization. So,
Lovely.
Yeah, so those would be my tips.
Okay, time management, dress professionally and be prepared in terms of your research about the company.
Absolutely.
Alistair, what do you think about the dress code?
So I think a dress code does say a lot about your individuality. At the same time, before you know exactly what's going on with the company and what they project from a values perspective, I think it's important to remain neutral but keep a little bit of flair. So
What does that mean?
So I think that you can keep your nuance about yourself.
Okay.
It's your authenticity. If you have a tattoo that you're proud of, I think it's important to put that out on the table. Well, obviously, certain tattoos, but you know, it's something that's a part of you. I think a lot of preparation, like you said, with the company is very, very important. Knowing all the key players in the organisation, but most importantly, I think likability builds rapport. And rapport builds trust. So the one task you have to do at a job interview is to make the interviewees like you. So it's almost a little bit like a dating app. You're interviewing them as well as they're interviewing you.
Okay.
So someone's going to swipe left or right. So it's entirely up to you, but make sure that they like you, and then you can decide from then on.
What do you look for when you're interviewing someone?
So you look for somebody who is confident, somebody who is a team player.
Okay.
So you can establish that by body language. So, for example, if you're interviewing for a senior role.
Let's touch on that. Sorry, Thato, body language.
Yeah.
What does body language mean? You know, so obviously, maybe some people are not aware that, you know, being all crossed up emphasizes that I'm closed off as opposed to my hands open.
Yes.
Tell me more about body language in an interview process.
Yeah, so body language is very, very important because it tells you where you are in terms of your mindset or your headspace. So, for example, if you're coming in and you're nervous, you are likely to look down. I've had interviews with candidates flicking a pen. That just shows me that they are nervous. So I always try and put your hand away from the pen. So try and remove any distractions because it's very distracting when somebody's trying to establish a relationship or establish a fit because you've got your competence that you have on your CV, but I'm also in the back of my mind thinking, is this person going to fit in this environment with these personalities, with these skills, you know what I mean? So you're always looking for how does this person fit? And when they are doing those fidgety things, it's quite distractive. So it's about just relaxing if you are going for an interview and because the hiring manager or the panel are always looking at how will you fit in terms of the team and confidence is very, very important.
Okay, confidence and fitting into the team. Alistair, tell me about tone of voice. You know, often when we are nervous, the tone of our voices change.
100%. So tonality is obviously a very, very key part in body language. And a person tends to speed up and speak at a possibly higher tone when they are anxious or nervous. So a way to overcome that is obviously to prepare and rehearse, do a few role-playing with friends or with a partner so that you can just get comfortable in the role and speak about what you know. So essentially you are the expert in your own career.
I like that. You are, because we are, right? We are 100%. The experts in our own lives. I'd like a tip from each of you for someone that is going for a job interview. What is your ideal tip, your gold nugget to take away?
So affirmations. So before that interview, you look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you already have that job, that you are the fit. You're already selected for the interview. So affirmations that you are calm in the interview and your best foot is put forward.
Manifest that into being.
You have to.
Thank you. Alistair?
100%. I would say the affirmation that I've got this, this is mine for the taking. It's up to me to decide whether I would like to accept the offer and to focus once again on likability. They've got your credentials. You're on paper. So essentially you want to just say, please like me and let's build rapport and trust so that we can do business together.
I like that. Justin, please come and please like us and let's do business together. What would your tip be?
So I'm going to depart a little bit from my esteemed colleagues here and say, yeah, that confidence of going in and knowing that you can really add value is really important. And you may not get it. And that's okay. That's okay. So you're going to go in and do the very best that you can. And if you don't get it, it's maybe not personal. You know, maybe you're just not quite the fit for them. And maybe they're not just quite the fit for you, as Alistair says, right? But what you want to do is go for lots of interviews. It's like going on a date. You don't necessarily meet your wife on the first or your husband on the first date, right? So we've got to be willing to, you know, I wrote a book called Pitch to Win, and I sometimes feel it should be called Pitch to Lose and Lose and Lose and Lose and Lose and Lose so that you can ultimately win. Because there's going to be a lot of that. And so we want to build the resilience so that we can get out, you know, as the great Italian-American philosopher Rocky Balboa said, it is not how hard you can hit, it is how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Love that, Justin. Fail forward. You have all been so inspirational. Thank you so much. I've got no doubt that our audiences at home are absolutely motivated to fail forward. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Tato. And thank you, Alistair. To all of you at home, thank you for joining us. And we will see you next week on Afternoon Express. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.